Hello everybody, this is GeneralJannis, and today in Chaos Tactics I'm looking at the new Primarch Lion El Jonson from the Dark Angels, looking at his revealed stats and making a quick damage preview. And his Demon Primarch brothers are looking along, and can he do anything versus them, and what can they do against him? So let's take a look. So today, the 29th of March, in Warhammer Community, we got some rules for the next Primarch to return to the game, Lion El Jonson. So a short preview of the returned Primarch, looking at his damage output with his melee, his fealty sword, and also looking a little bit what Lion can do versus some units, the Chaos Primarchs, and what can they do in return. So let's take a look. Starting off with his stats and abilities, as were shown in the Warhammer Community today, we have his profile is similar to the stat line is quite similar to Gilliman, as they said. So 2+ weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength 6, toughness 6, 9 wounds, which is really good to be protected by Lookout Sir, a hefty 10 attacks, 11 leadership, and a 2+ save. He has the Emperor's Shield. It gives him basically a 4+ invul save, like most shields do, and he can make some mortal wounds, saving on a 6 in melee. But he can only do 3 of those mortal wounds per phase. He has the ability of Forest Walking, which is basically a deep strike, where you can set him up in a deep strike and he can arrive 9-inch away. But then he also, when he arrives from deep strike, he has an automatic reroll of the charge roll, making him a bit that can be quite helpful. And then most importantly, his sword, the fealty, 2 profiles, a sweeping profile, and interestingly enough, this sweeping profile has a damage 2. Typically, the sweeping profiles are down to damage 1. So strength 6, AP -3, damage 2, 2 hit rolls per attack. So basically 20 attacks with this, really a strong anti-marine type of weapon. And then his strike profile, strength 10, AP -5, damage 4, nice versus Terminators. And then on the picture we can see he has maybe some pistol that we don't know yet of, and of course, as we said, the 9 wounds benefiting him from Lookout Sir. And will he have some more defensive rules? For example, some inbuilt transhuman that would be probably expected, or something else to help him get some more durability. So looking at the Lion's damage output in melee, with his sweep attack, the blue line, and his strike attack, the orange line, versus the GeneralJannis 55 targets. I'm not assuming any rerolls here or anything else that maybe he has some abilities. And we can see that the sweep profile is better versus wound 1 and wound 2 models, like Marines. The wound 2 profile is quite lackluster versus Death Guard that has discussing resilience. And the strike profile is good versus elite 3 wound infantry like Terminators, also versus vehicles, especially those with no invul saves. And here, just summarizing some of the damage output examples for some of the more normal targets, let's say. So we have the Lion sweep attack and the strike attack versus Guardsmen. Of course, chaff infantry, you need the sweep attack. The intercessors or marine equivalents for example, basically all the 2 wounded toughness 4 marines. He can kill almost a full group, 9 with his sweep attack, less with his strike attack. For Terminators, he can kill around 3 to 4. Then the strike attack is better. Dreadnoughts have some protection with a -1 damage. So, but with his strike attack, he can take out maybe a Dreadnought. For Land Raider or a War Dog or an Abhorrent Knight, where they don't have an invul save, he can be dealing with his strike attack more than 20 wounds. So this is quite strong. With the AP -5, there is no saving for this type. So that's a good profile. If we look at something like Death Guard, Plague Marines, Blight Lords, less efficient, especially the sweep attack that isn't very efficient, with damage 2 becoming damage 1. And something like a Plague Scroller would be almost killed by Lion with his strike attack. And then on the next table, you can see what type of damage he would be doing against his brother Primarchs, so Guilliman, Angron, Magnus, and Mortarion. And we can see here Mortarion has the best protection, only 5-6 wounds, let's say, if the Lion uses his strike attack. Magnus Magnus and Guilliman around 7-8 wounds. Magnus again protected by Disgusting Resilience, -1 to incoming damage, and Guilliman is protected by his 3+ invul save. And Angron, he takes 11 wounds, but he's not dead, and maybe he can take the Lion out. And now, if the Chaos Primarchs are attacking the Lion in melee, I'm assuming here that he might get the transhuman, only be wounded on a 4+. And if we say, for example, Mortarion is using in melee his eviscerating attack, he will be even doing with transhuman, he will be doing 10 wounds on average, or 16 wounds if the Lion doesn't have transhuman. Angron using his Skull Slash, he will be very brutal against the Lion, so 26 wounds, enough to kill 2-3 of the Lions. And Magnus, he's not so strong in melee. He will be dealing also some mortal wounds, but if he has some psychic, then he could be taking the Lion out. And in melee, he's almost killing him with transhuman, if he has softened it up a little bit with the psychic abilities. But of course, all the Daemon Primarchs, they need to survive the battle. If the enemy army is shooting at them, they are not protected with lookouts like the Lion can be protected by his own units. So, reaching to the summary final thoughts, another Primarch joins the fray. He has some strong melee performance, especially versus Marine type opponents, Terminator type units, and vehicles, knights without invul saves. His strike profile is very good at that. He's less of a threat to Death Guard and other targets with -1 to incoming damage. He cannot do a lot on himself, just by himself versus the other Primarchs. But of course, we need to check more his defensive profile, and he can be protected by his army, for example, a big blob of Deathwing Terminators, and then the other Primarchs will maybe have a difficult time to get to him. So this concludes the video. What do you think about the reveals? And let me know in the comments. And if you want to discuss further, you can join the Discord channel, or you can also, to support my efforts further, visit my Patreon page or become a YouTube member. So with these words, GeneralJannis signing out. Stay safe out there, and bye-bye.